back then, dude, there was shows every weekend, though. There was, you know what I mean? You get on a show every weekend, New York, Jersey, Philly, you know, Delaware areas, like, shows everywhere. I wish I was there last day at ECW, because I would love to have been more of the people throwing the ring out the thing instead of carrying it down. I mean, we drive up from Philly, we get baby gas money. It's not like we were actually making money. We usually lost money every show we did for him, but he also gave us a chance to wrestle with, like, a lot of good people. Like, for a guy that did nothing in the business and wants to be sold like he's fucking Vince, it's just like, yeah, I got into a little, like, verbal altercation with the motto outside the gas station, and the attendant called the cops on me, and they tried to lock me up. They opened up the Animal House. It was around the corner from Drew Blood's house. So we started to go there to train. I didn't know how to take Johnny for the first couple months of me being there. He's just, he was hard to read. I'm sure all the New York guys' goal was like the Elks Lodge. Mine was the arena, and it was just like, well, I got to work the Elks Lodge before it closed, but like the arena, I didn't. You know me, I'm not one who hides his comments, so I just kind of went off on her and explained, like, it must be easy to run a company when all you gotta do is deep throat a cock, get more money. Like, they're talking about future plans after that, but we're all kind of just laughing it off, like, we know this is it, just say it. The arena's got that aura, dude. If you run the arena, you're gonna get, you know, a certain amount of people are gonna show up regardless, because it's the arena. But like Zandig and Kashmir, like, they hated each other at that point regardless. In his mind, that started to be his goal, is he wanted to close CZW. Like, and Mexico City's a scary place. Me and Trent for like 2 days didn't leave the hotel because there's like cops going around with riot shields and finds it, but ventures us off in the middle of the mountains of Mexico City where, like, we're getting
supposed to go.
Yeah, and we're getting surrounded by people thinking we're getting our heads cut off. I mean, we went everywhere together, though. From like 2004 till probably the year before he died, we were probably everywhere together.
Did he ever?
Everywhere. So anytime he was away from Johnny, like, you know, and it was meeting him on the road and all, he was like kind of relieved because Johnny could nag him sometimes. And I'm in the biggest spot, you know what I mean, on the biggest show. PW's ran the date, and I'm like, I was scared to death. Cause for Scorp to like turn around and be like, I'm not putting it on Trent, I want you to win it, was just like, wow. No, he cared, but like, he like, bipolar is just, he's bipolar, so it was just like, you know what I mean, he could say the same thing nicely and then this 2 minutes later say it, but say it in a dickhead way. It's between the ECW connections and shit like that, like, you know what I mean, and it did, because then guys like Hack was coming in, New Jack was coming in, you know what I mean, which helped us. I remember getting into the back and Hack's waiting for me. Yo! I'm like, oh fuck, Todd wants you. And I'm like, I'm done. Then I repeatedly for an hour got screamed at by Sandman and Todd Gordon, and I remember just being like, damn, is that how these guys are here? Because, like, you know, they do the strong style and all that shit, but I was just like, wow, like, you just straight shattered this guy's jaw in one shot. Ends up, gets pulled over doing 75 because he kept nodding out, and got locked up for possession of pot. You weren't in that tournament unless you were, like, somebody in indie wrestling, so, like, the fact that I even got put in it, I was like, ooh. I was like, wow, am I getting that much notice? I mean, I wasn't surprised about said relationship, but, like, honestly, and I was on the road with them a lot, like, they did a good job to, like, hide it from people. If you ask any young boys in, like, CZW or something, who are the people who go to bat for the young boys or who look out for them, and two of the first names that are going to come up are B and G's. So for being two bitter assholes from Philly that supposedly don't give a fuck about people, we're pretty nice. Considering we look out for the younger guys more than we look out for ourselves sometimes. And like, he'd even go to Todd Gordon's house and bury me. To the fucking guy who ran the company. And like, acting like I didn't know about it. Like, you know what I mean? That was what the stuff was bothering me, was he thought I didn't know what was going on. And I was getting phone calls from Todd and everybody else when he'd go try and bury me to everyone. It's like, don't try to be fake to my face and then behind my back you're going to start talking shit to everybody. Then I get in the ring and I look over and he's sleeping and I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Like, this is a fucking title match, main event, and you're fucking sleeping in the corner. And with 600 people here at the arena, like, watching it. And, like, I just threw him against the wall by his throat. And everyone's just, like, hit him. Like, everybody wanted me to hit him. And the only reason why John liked me, I think, is because of Trent. This is my relationship with Trent, because he loved Trent. Trent could do no wrong. I told him I'd do the shows till April, till he was out. He said, that's when I'm leaving. And I just like, I was just like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I gave him my word I'd be there till then, and I was staying till then. Like, I wasn't saying anything, and this dude's just burying me left or right. Like, I'm sitting there just working, doing CZW. I'm not saying nothing about him. I don't care. Like, he's challenging me, come box him here, come do that there. Like, it was so bad, and that's probably the only time I did. I legit went up to Zandig myself and apologized. That's how, like, disgusted I was by it. I do because I didn't know he was half retarded, like he is, but I don't because that was, like, old school. Like, that's all I remember is Billy Graham crying and crying and crying about fucking nothing. Like, him wanting to be involved in the match. You got the two biggest, toughest motherfuckers in the tournament. What do you need to do to help them win? I said, destroy me. And John was like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And I think that was a good call because I feel if John went with me, we would have went through that stage setup that was outside the cage to walk around on and just went straight to the concrete, which I can guarantee as long as I got somewhat kind of pull in that company, you'll never get booked back there again. I can guarantee you that. Or else the Nation of Intoxication's gone. I thought he was like a friend, and they just went around burying me, burying this one, burying that one. The pro camera cut, and him look up to me like dead serious, and he's just like, I'm not good. And like a couple times he like his eyes shut and I kept smacking him in his face. Like, it was scary, man. And who comes and saves the day? Moxley, of all people. I got it, guys. Just pushes us aside in his little fucking 1980s short shorts like he's fucking a girl. Like, he is the boss, and we respect him as the boss to a point, but like down deep inside though, it's like, oh, it's DJ. You know what I mean? Like, and like, with certain guys like me and G's and shit, that's how it's gonna be. Like, just because you bought the company doesn't mean like all of a sudden how we fucking talk to you or treat you is gonna change. End of the day, when it comes down to it, it's DJ's company, like it or not, and he can either listen to your suggestion if you have one or tell you to go fuck yourself. It's his prerogative. And I calmed him down on the phone, told him, you know, next show will be fine. Like, you know, you did what you had to do, everything was good. And I got a phone call 2 days later because I didn't trust Johnny. I thought I was going to get jumped when we went to the bathroom. And, like, that's how much Johnny didn't know, because Johnny didn't know any of the new faces at the dub. So I had guys like Drake, John Moxley, and shit sitting on standby right by the bathroom door fucking waiting. And he had no idea about it, because I looked at him and was like, did this teach you anything? Like, you're going to be fucking next. Didn't see him again until I got the phone call, so I felt like shit. Because I kind of healed him and fucking basically told him he was next, and
he was next.
Yeah, but I think DJ's done a good job to actually make the death matches mean something. Like, you don't need a death match every fucking show. According to DJ, the Germans hate me and Danny Havoc for some reason, even though we're draws and bringing people in for them, but apparently we did something to piss him off. I didn't like him since the first time I saw him work. I just never got it. He looked like a fucking untrained Shikar guy that fell and shit. He held on to me and tried to pull me off the fucking cage with him when I tried to throw him through his pane of glass. So I just let him go, and he fell and says he broke his leg. Oh well. You know what I mean? And it was anywhere he went. I saw this guy at other shows at other places, and it just seemed anywhere he went, there's the fucking center of every stupid little dumbass problem. There was never heat. It wasn't really even heat. It was just I was told certain things, and they were proven right over just watching his actions over time, and it was just like he was never worried about the fucking company at the end there. You've burnt the bridge like 3 different times. Like, how many times do you get to burn it before it's finally like, all right, we're not going that route anymore? I was bothered was they're all yelling about him having hep and shit, and it's like, you don't joke around with shit like that, dude. You know how many fucking people bled with him? You know what I mean? Like me, Drake, Danny Havoc, like half the fucking whole CCW roster those death matches has. And I can tell you right now, I ain't got shit. I get blood tested fucking 3 times a year. Like, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, that's what bothered me. Like, you say so much true shit, and then you're throwing in fake bullshit like that. I saw the eye roll. Just because the camera can't doesn't mean I can't. I saw it. And I'm pretty sure next year's Carnage Death Final is going to be a shotgun to the head match. Why would you let somebody stab you in the arm with a fucking X-Acto? Like, what are you thinking? Like, you're obviously a fucking retard. Like, you have no brains. He scumbag fucking rips people off, acts like he doesn't, emails other promoters about fucking if his guys are on their shows trying to tell the promoters what his guys can and cannot do and shit. It was just awesome, dude. And it was such a good feeling. Like, sitting there on the Briscoes' shoulders, getting waved around, to seeing everybody standing and, like, appreciating it. Like, Made me feel good, man. But over there, he was just being stupid. He was saying stuff he shouldn't have been saying, and saying in front of the wrong people and stuff like that. Like, we're trying to help him, and he's telling us to fuck off. So I've been calling that kid the money since the day I walked in CZW. So, like, you know what I mean? And just to see him, like, doing as good as he's doing, it just makes me feel good that he didn't get caught up in, like, bullshit. And he did it right, went and did what he's doing, and he's doing awesome for himself. The nation isn't even a fucking gimmick. Like, that's a shoot. Like, we come to CZW to see each other. Like, the three of us are together and look out for each other. It's a shoot. It's going to be my job. My occupation is going to be driving Dean Ambrose around for the rest of my life. I'm causing havoc. Almost getting fired. You know, the usual. DJ will yell at me, I'm sure. I'm sure this camera right here will catch DJ yelling at me at one point. He better be ready. He better have his working boots on because we're stealing the show.
One of the easiest guys to work with. I've learned from him. Less is more. His words should be listened to a lot more. I mean, Dev's been around a long time and he's a veteran. And
sometimes the whole match takes some time. Sometimes I main event shows and it takes us all night. I start at the beginning of the night. Sometimes still calling shit till we go out the curtain. So it all depends on who you're with and your comfortable level. But I don't get nervous. I just worry about everybody involved because all of us are at risk. It's not like we're just wrestling. We're adding class and thumbtacks and all kinds of shit. I got free reign. I mean, it's rare that I have a finish called for me or something like that, especially here. It's usually here's who's winning and it's up to you. I mean, I love this place. I mean, I got to go to Japan. Times I go to Germany, like shit, I went a couple of times before CZW, then went a couple of times more. They hate me for some reason. I don't know what I did to you people. So any of you German fans that wonder why me and Danny Havoc aren't back, ask WXW management, because apparently we did something wrong. Besides bringing you guys in and drinking with us, I don't know what the hell we did, but like that was something I definitely want to do, like, because I made 3 people in this company in 6 years are kicked out of that. Like usually when I hit the press, it's curtains, so like I think the crowd's gonna be like 1, 2, you kick, and I'm just in shock. I think, you know what I mean? If we could do a couple, maybe we'll use that to go in there. Maybe it'll be press, kick out, we'll do something, put you up strong.
Professionally, duty, he's probably one of the best in the business right now, in my opinion.
When he first came in, he had to prove himself to Zandig a bit because of the whole crossover of companies. But, you know, ever since he came here, he definitely proved himself that he's here, he's loyal, and he's here for CZW.
Very integral into what we do at CZW. He is one of the most honest people you could ever meet. And when there is usually an issue of opinion regarding certain people or talents being brought in, or maybe storylines coming up, Devon is the first person that we go to for his honest opinion.
I first met Devon Moore, which is funny because we're working for CZW right now. I first met him at Cage of Death 3. The first event CZW ever had in the arena. And I'll never, it's one of those things where you don't forget. Like, he was sitting in the top bleacher, and that's where I was, and he asked me for a ride home because we discovered we were from the same neighborhood. We didn't know each other growing up.
But if you're his friend, you're his family. And I've always respected and liked that about Devon.
Shane's jaw might hurt, and I apologize, buddy. I didn't mean to kill you with that super kick of death.
Devon Moore is, in fact, certainly an arguable candidate for my very best friend. First, like a lot of people, I first knew of him through Drake Younger. Drake Younger said, "Oh, you'll like Dev. He's good people. He's down to earth," and that's very true.
You know what he used to do that he doesn't do anymore, and he did it in that match, and I remember this like it was yesterday. Yeah, he did the 360 standing shooting star press like Jack Evans used to do. I wish he would do that more. But yeah, I mean, as a wrestler, he's obviously gotten a lot better.